Well, you finally did it, Jack.
What's that?
You got the Jack the Plaque video.
Oh, I did.
I can't wait to see this.
It's pretty neat, I'll tell you that right now.
Now that Jack the Plaque has got collectibles from way back when. Is it all sports stuff?
Yeah, he started collecting in '45, so he was getting stuff from the turn of the century through the 20s.
So from the turn of the century through 20s, all sports stuff?
Well, no, he's got a lot of movie star stuff too. Marilyn Monroe.
Movies and sports.
He's even got a whole folder on Mayor Daley.
I'll be darned. Well, I can't wait to hear what he's got to say. What, after you did all these interviews with him, what do you think makes him different than other guys like him?
A lot of insight. He sees the future about that. What he did is he started cutting newspaper articles out about Mickey Mantle.
Ah.
They'd come out in the paper, and he'd get the old papers and he'd cut them out, and he'd do it in sequence to the date. What he ended up with was all of Mickey Mantle's whole life.
So he did it before Mickey Mantle was big?
Oh, way before.
So he was basically collecting stuff that at the time didn't have much value.
That's exactly right.
But he was holding on to it. And
yeah.
now
he's got big folders of all the players and
wow.
their life stories with their cards, bobbleheads, everything. Just amazing.
Now think about this. What's out there today that we could do the same thing with?
That's the trouble. You got to figure it out.
Wow.
We know it's not McDonald's toys.
No, probably not McDonald's toys. But there's probably something that we're going through on a daily basis thinking it's not worth anything. And if we held on to it for 20, 30 years, it's going to be worth something.
It's true, it's true.
I guarantee you, it's nothing stamped collectible or limited edition.
Exactly.
It's something that the least thing you'd expect.
I mean, only God knows. It could be this pair of glasses. It could be that newspaper. I doubt it, though, but maybe. It could be today's marbles they're making. That's a good one for a video.
Well, you know what? Let's open it up to our subscribers here. If any of you guys got something in mind that we're using on a regular basis today that you think might be collectible in the future, put a response to this video. I want to hear what everybody's got to think, and I'm going to think it over myself. And if I think of something, I'll put a reply to this video as well.
It's true.
All right. It just struck me when I was thinking about Jack. You know, he just really, like you said, he's got insight.
Do you want a third opinion?
Not from that guy. All right, Jack. Well, let's transition over to Jack the Plaque and see what he's got to say.
You talked me into it.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man. You know me. I'm Jack the Unknown Picker, and this is Jack the Plaque.
That's adequate. That's an adequate description.
We're at an undisclosed location in the Chicago land area.
I'll buy that.
And I've looked at some of the collection here. So far I've seen 3 rooms, and this is one of the rooms that he's in, and I've seen so many balls signed, figurines. Jack, tell us what all your collection is.
It's a hard thing to define. As a collector, it's a very hard thing because it's done with love, passion, feeling. And I always hesitate when I talk because of that. It isn't just locked in or...
When did you start collecting?
Oh, be nice and kind now. I started collecting probably around 1945.
45.
The last year the Cubs played in the World Series.
I'll have you know that's a year before I was born, Jack.
Well, you look a lot older than that.
Thanks. Thanks.
You know I'm very passionate.
So, what made you start collecting?
I would say it'd almost be like a takeoff of Billy Crystal, the movie star.
Yeah.
Okay, in New York, I believe it. I don't know the man, never met him, but I know roughly his background. I'm relating to you ask a question. Now I got to give you that little spiel. Meaning, he was on TV once, and I didn't pick this up from him. I collected him before he was even born. He came out once, and I can get it into his mind because I know how I felt when I was 10 and 12. It would be like he said his dad took him to New York. Of course, being brought up in New York, you're spoiled, right?
That's right.
So he was spoiled from day one before he even was born. So his dad took him, probably his first ball game, Yankee Stadium, walk out, look at the green grass. They had the same relationship with Old Comiskey Park back in the 40s. And I got to know Teddy Lyons, Luke Kaplan, Bill Dietrich, all the old White Sox players.
You knew all those guys, huh?
I know every one of them.
Who's one of the biggest names in your mind that you liked, that you bet?
There's no doubt in my mind. They had a shortstop who played 20 years for the White Sox. Batted .300.
What was his name?
Luke Appling.
Oh yeah, I've heard the name.
He's in
Sure.
he's in the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Hey, speaking of Cooperstown, don't you have some of your stuff that you donated to the Cooperstown?
I think it's 40 years ago. I know, like I used to make the scrapbooks up that
Yes.
go with the photographs.
Yes.
I had a book I put together. Oh, good Lord Almighty! 47 till say 57, and it was on Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
And not relating because he's the first black ball player. None
Yeah,
of
he
that.
was.
Just out of love, baseball feeling, and I fell in love with the Brooklyn Dodgers. So that's how that fell in place. Seeing a ball game in Ebbets Field, 1948. I'm very proud of. I got the original newspaper. I'll talk all night if you want to.
Well, there's probably a lot of people that really like to hear those stories too.
Well, I know my kids want me to write a book, but I don't know.
You've got enough information. I can see, like those scrapbooks that you were showing me, like that one on Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
How many pieces are in there, would you say, about him? I saw some cards in the Mickey
I know
Mantle
what
cards.
you're asking. I can't even give you a straight answer. 1,000.
It practically tells his whole life.
Oh, you say Mantle, you can mention Mantle, and there's others, 100 different other.
Tell me some of them.
Well, Babe Ruth would be one nationally. All the popular ones, the superstars,
Okay.
Teddy Williams,
Ted Williams.
Oh.
My goodness.
and my favorite was Duke Snyder because I'm prejudiced.
Yeah.
I love my Dodgers. And Duke is my man. I've been blessed. I've been in the dugout with him, been in the clubhouse with him.
I'm a Mickey Mantle Martin fan.
Well, you were spoiled, see.
Yeah.
You couldn't help that. You can't take credit for that either. I didn't finish the Billy Crystal story, so now you get me.
Go ahead. I want you to
You're
finish it.
flip-flopping around here. You look like you're lost.
Okay.
So, Crystal went to his game with his dad, and he said he got all sucked in and with the light towers in Yankee Stadium, with the box seats, the upper deck, the green grass, the scoreboards. I had that feeling. That's where you're asking how you get into this. When I was about 8, 10 years old, and every time I got a chance, I'm going to a Sox game. I knew how to get on the streetcar, put my nickel in the box. That's for all the old timers.
Yep.
Right? About 5 cents.
Jesus.
Is that too much for you?
No, that's great.
And I used to go Sox Park every time, every night game, every summer vacations off of school.
You know, could we look at a scrapbook?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.